welcome back. It's Jen with Happy Humble Home. Sorry, it's been a minute since I've actually made a new, kind of weekly update video. It has been a crazy past few weeks. My days have just gotten away from me, and we finally finished up our school for the season today. So we are officially all on spring break, and ever since Thanksgiving, it has been nothing but Christmas in this house. So we're finally ready to just enjoy the Christmas season with no school. But with that being said, though, we've been really busy with um, like Christmas activities that we've been doing or going to the last few weeks, or dinners and that kind of stuff. So honestly, y'all, I just haven't recorded anything really. So sorry about that. It's just been all of a sudden it's mid-December and I don't know where the time went. But thankfully everything's done pretty much Christmas wise. I will try to get a video out next week. I may end up trying to put it out early in the week. We'll just see, because I do have a couple last minute Christmas jars that I'm going to be making up. So I'll probably try to do a video on those and get that posted. So these make just great gifts all year long, not just at Christmas time. So I will try to make a video of those, because I do have several things like that that I need to button up this week for Christmas. So I will be working on that. So I will try my best to get that video up. But there probably won't necessarily be like a weekly update. And at this point, it's been a little while since I posted one. Sorry, y'all. If you haven't checked out the deer jerky video, make sure you go check that out, because that did post a couple weeks ago. And yeah, deer jerky's been a huge hit in our house. The temperatures have been absolutely crazy. So my garlic is still nice and green, even though today's December 16th, right? Something like that. I don't know. My garlic's nice and green still, so the onion is too, but it's starting to die off a little bit more. But we're supposed to really get some cold temps, so I don't know. Needless to say, I haven't really been doing much in the garden at this point.
Alright, hey guys, so we're going to be cracking open a couple of these eggs for breakfast this morning that I put in the 2 cups of shortening back on July 29th. So they're still looking about the same. The only one is this one has started to have some kind of discoloration on it, but all the other ones look the same. So we're going to go ahead and crack this one first and see. So we have our water test. We have our water test there, and you can see where it started. Okay, this one is floating, so this is the first one that's floated, and since that one's actually floating, then I really don't feel like smelling a rotten egg this morning, but I'm still kind of curious, so we're going to go ahead and crack it open anyways, because I just want to see what it's like so I can be able to show y'all. So at this point, it's been about 4.5 months. I'm probably going to regret doing this, y'all. Yeah, it's just super watery and runny. Yeah. I'm not smelling anything though. Yeah, I'm not smelling anything. So it's just the yolk is smelling anything, and we all know that if it's a rotten egg, then you're definitely going to smell it the minute you crack it, without even having to get down there with your nose. This is what it turned into. When I tried to crack it, the membrane just kind of all stayed intact, and then it just kind of I don't know if that's what made the yolk bust, but that's how that one ended up. So we're just gonna, alright, let's try another one. Oh, and that was, like I said, that was the only one that was kind of discolored, so I'm just grabbing another random one, and we're just gonna leave that in there for a minute. One thing I will say too that I realized with these eggshells is I had to put my eggshells in my compost bin, but the ones that were coated with the shortening, I actually realized everything else in the compost pile was kind of sticking to, and it wasn't decomposing. So I don't put the ones that have the shortening in my compost pile, so there is that downfall. if you use it. I know some people, like, they'll grind up their eggshells and give it to their chickens and that kind of stuff. But the shortening does kind of affect that, at least for what I was able to use it for. And you can see this one's still staying down to the bottom. So we're gonna crack this one open. Okay. Okay, you can see that one actually did better. And again, I'm not smelling any smell. And I will say, like I mentioned before, with the shortening on it, it is harder to crack them open. So I think that's kind of what busts the yolk open, as much as you're not being able to pull it apart as easily as you would regular eggs or ones that aren't coated. So, but that one looks pretty good. So it also smells good. So that one we'll put into the pan. And then let's do one more kill of the eggs. Try to wait that back so y'all can see it better. But so far, you know, just the couple issues that I've showed you on here, that's really been the only issues. They've all tasted fine that I've stored and then cooked. And I don't know about y'all, but I went to the grocery store last week and eggs were like $4.40 a dozen. And that's the most I've ever seen for eggs. And I'm very thankful I did not have to buy any eggs. But I could not believe that. I was very, very shocked at that there was that much of an increase. I mean, I figured they'd still continue to go up, but so yeah. All right, so that's long enough on that one. So let's open now. Yeah. Okay, that one was definitely no good. I'll show you that. That one was definitely, it's like greenish color on the inside. And I can definitely smell that one now. See, you can tell that's definitely like a no good egg. And like I said, I didn't even have to get down there to smell it. I could definitely smell that one right away. Was no. All right, so we're going to do another one, and I got a fresh bowl because, yeah. All right, let's see. And remember, that one did sink too, so you can't always do the water test on this. At this point, it feels more like the 2.5 month mark is kind of your safe space, because I think it was about the 3 month mark that when we started having some that kind of smelled just a little off or something like that. So I feel like at this rate, and we've only had one that floated, was that very first one there. The cell membrane, or the egg membrane, just didn't crack on it right. And then that one floated, but it was just like nasty looking. And this one like stayed perfectly intact. So there's really not, I don't really know if there's a huge rhyme or reason to this. That's why I'm just kind of telling you what I'm seeing as I go with it. So yeah, and that one cracked really well. So that one, that yolk even stayed intact. So I'll turn it around and show y'all. So as you can see, that yolk, you know, stayed all the way intact. So out of the 4 eggs I cracked, 2 were not good and 2 were good. So, and there's no smell. Looks like a normal egg. Didn't even bust the yolk. Alright, so that's kind of where we stand. I still have 7 eggs left out of here. I think I did 24, 21, 24, something like that total. So we still have 7 eggs left. And so far, I think altogether, I've lost maybe 5 or 6, maybe, something like that. Hasn't been too bad, but again, these are just being stored on the top of my cabinet. So, you know, we've had colder days, we've had warmer days, so the temperature fluctuates. And of course, on top of the kitchen cabinets, they do stay warmer up there. But yeah, so it's hard to see if the sink test really works. It worked on that one, but it didn't the other one. So I don't really know what that was from, but that's what I've discovered so far. So I'll keep you updated. All right, y'all. So I made up the eggs, and you can see here they're not like, they're very light yellow, but honestly, when I went to eat them, they just kind of had a twang. So that's not a good twang. So, yeah, I'm not going to be eating those. I don't really know, because sometimes, like, if you're a little stuffed up, it can affect the taste, but I really don't feel like that's it. I think they're just kind of, it's not like a strong, like, I can't even eat it, like, because there's, like, no smell at all. It's just, they just taste off. I don't really know why, but I'm not going to continue to eat it because I don't want to get sick. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and share that with y'all because, like I said, at this point, I feel like that's pretty good for like 2 months, but really past the 2.5 months, you're kind of stretching as far as how many eggs are going to still be good and as far as their freshness goes in general. But yeah, like I said, this was just kind of an experiment to see how far, and now I'm kind of starting to see the results. So yeah, we'll go to Plan B for breakfast.
See the eggs. Yeah, about 2.5 months probably on that. It's probably a good spot. But that's really been about it, y'all. We haven't done just a whole lot of nothing. So I will try to catch y'all next week. And I'll do my best to get those little jar videos out before, but don't expect any. Probably to be hearing a lot from me between now and New Year's because we have a lot of family events, and I just want to focus on spending time with family. So if I don't check in with y'all before, y'all have a very Merry Christmas, and thank y'all so much for watching my channel and supporting this channel. You have no idea how much it means to me, and I'm almost at 500 subscribers, so if you have not subscribed, be sure to do me a favor and go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell, so that way you're notified whenever any videos pop up on my channel. So y'all have a great one.